Yo, it's your boy Zerk. And yo, Larry Wheels is in some legal trouble right now. Court documents, lawsuit, the whole nine. This man allegedly scammed somebody out of $50,000. And you want to know why he allegedly needed that money? Because he spent everything based in his ham to girls. 5 figures a day on webcam sites. Larry was dropping more on this shit than most people make in a year. Larry spent 5 figures daily spanking his monkey, yanking his crank, buttering the corn, choking the chicken, turning on the sprinklers, charming the snake, tossing the dwarf. You get the point. So Larry went on YouTube and made this whole confession video. His girlfriend made him do this big public confession. She left him anyway. That's cold. At least let the man keep his dignity if you're already planning your exit. But yo, here's where this story goes from sad to comedy. After his girl left, Larry's sitting there broke, single, and apparently still horny. And he has this genius idea, this eureka moment. He's like, wait, if I'm spending all this money on OnlyFans and campsites, what if I just became one? So Larry starts an OnlyFans account. He posts for 2 days, then takes the whole thing down. I'm dying to know what happened in those 48 hours. The market research came back quick, and the data said, Larry, brother, this ain't it. So now we get to the meat of this story, the lawsuit, the allegations. And bro, if even half of this is true, it's crazy. Larry owns this company called PR Lifestyle. It's a supplement brand that apparently makes millions a year, like serious money. And according to court documents, business was good. $2.1 million in revenue in 2022, 70% profit margins. That means the company was allegedly making about $1.5 million in profit annually. But Larry's broke because he spent it all on campsites. So he's sitting in his office, looking at his bank account, looking at pictures of houses he wants to buy, and he realizes, I need a down payment. Most people would take out a loan, get a mortgage, wait and save up, normal people shit. Larry allegedly had a different idea. Sell shares of the company to raise cash. So Larry goes to his boy Daniel. This guy is someone who works for PR Lifestyle. And Larry allegedly sits him down and gives him the pitch. Yo, I'm selling 10% of the company. Normally, 3% would cost $150,000. But for you, because we're boys, because we're on the team, I'll do $50,000. And you'll get 3% of the monthly profits forever. Then Larry allegedly shows him the numbers. You'll make your investment back in 14 months, then it's pure profit after that. So Daniel's excited. This is the opportunity of a lifetime. He's gonna own 3% of a multi-million-dollar company. He's gonna be set. There's just one problem. He don't got $50,000. He takes his life savings, $28,000. Everything he saved up working for PR Lifestyle and doing whatever else. Gone, all in. But he's still $22,000 short, so he goes to his father and borrows the rest. Daniel signs the contract, hands over $50,000. And Larry takes that money and allegedly buys himself a house. Now, according to the lawsuit, Larry didn't tell Daniel he was using the money for a house. He allegedly made it sound like the money was for the business, to grow the company. Business shit. But the court documents allege that Larry always planned to use it for a personal home purchase. That's fraud if true. That's not I changed my mind. That's I lied to you from the beginning. So Larry gets his $50,000, moves in, living good. And Daniel's waiting for his first profit-sharing check. Now here's the genius part of the alleged scam. For the first few months, Larry actually paid Daniel a few thousand here and there, nothing crazy, but enough to make Daniel think, okay, this is legit, this is working. It's like when a Ponzi scheme pays out the first investors to keep them happy and trusting. You got to give a little to keep the con going. And Larry didn't just pay him, he was encouraging. According to Daniel, Larry sent him messages like, yo, I just ordered over $5 million in product for Black Friday alone. We're about to have a massive quarter. You're going to make so much money. Meanwhile, Larry's in his new house spanking the jellyfish to cam girls. After a few months, the payments just stop. No warning, no explanation, no hey, business is slow this month, just nothing. Daniel's checking his bank account, nothing. Checks the next month, nothing. So he reaches out. Yo, Larry, I didn't get my payment this month. Everything good? No response. Tries again. Yo, Larry, I got bills, bro. I gotta pay my electric. Where's the payment? Read receipt. No reply. Now Daniel's starting to panic because it's not just his money. It's his pop's money, too. And allegedly, the whole time, PR Lifestyle is making millions. The company's doing great. But Daniel ain't seeing shit. According to the lawsuit, 2 years go by, and Daniel allegedly hasn't received a single payment after those first few months. And here's the thing, it's not like Larry disappeared. He's still active on social media, still posting videos, still doing podcasts, still living his life. He's just ignoring Daniel specifically. The funniest part of this all is that he's currently on podcasts giving life advice to young people. Don't waste your money on cars like I did. Don't start steroids at 17 like I did. Make smart financial decisions. Invest in your future. My guy, you allegedly spent 5 figures daily wrestling the EO to cam girls. You went so broke, you allegedly had to scam your friend to afford a house. You tried to start an OnlyFans that lasted 2 days. That's Elizabeth Holmes giving a TED Talk about honesty. Most people would hide after something like this. Larry's out here acting like a financial guru. You know what's crazy? This ain't even that unusual in the bodybuilding world. Not the addiction to tugging your slug to cam girls, that's uniquely Larry. But the made millions, lost it all, ended up in legal trouble part, that's common. Here's what I don't get. If these allegations are true, why wouldn't Larry just settle? Like, the company allegedly makes millions. Unless Larry can't pay. Maybe he spent it all. Maybe he's broke again. Maybe the addiction to manhandling the ham candle to cam girls is still going and he's got nothing left. Maybe he's still celebrating Palm Sunday, who knows? But that's speculation. I don't know, bro. Look, these are allegations. We've only heard Daniel's side through the lawsuit. Larry hasn't publicly responded yet. And he's got to respond eventually. You can't just have a fraud lawsuit filed against you and say nothing. Even if Larry wins this lawsuit, the damage is done. His reputation is cooked. That guy who allegedly scammed his friend after blowing his money, poaching his egg to cam girls. All because he needed $50,000 for a house. Let's be real. This whole situation is absurd. A dude spends 5 figures daily pulling his pud to cam girls, goes broke, his girl makes him confess publicly, then leaves anyway. He tries to start an OnlyFans that lasts 2 days, then allegedly scams his friend to buy a house. Gets sued for fraud. That's not real life. That's a movie. That's a Netflix documentary waiting to happen. The man who allegedly lost it all. The Larry Wheels story. I'd watch that. I'd watch the hell out of that. We're going to see how this plays out in court. We're going to see Larry's response. But regardless of the outcome, the story is already legendary. I'm Zerk. Stay careful about who you invest with. And remember, if someone offers you 3% of their company right after admitting they spent 5 figures daily tuning his antenna to cam girls, maybe ask some follow-up questions. Peace.